If you know who I am, you know that I'm the music teacher at PS336, which is where you go to school. But if you don't know who I am, you're going to get to know me a little bit today, and we're going to do a fun project together. I love talking about music and water. Do you know how they're related? We'll find out today. We're going to do a fun project with some jars. If you don't have jars, that's okay. You can use glasses, tall glasses like this. Or you can use short, teeny, tiny glasses like this. Or you can even use a mug. As long as it makes sound when you tap on it with your nails. Like this. So I like my jars because I have a lot of them. Can we count how many jars I have? Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jars. Are they all different shapes and sizes? Are they all the same? That's the most important part because we want to make sure they all sound the same when there's no water in them, right? So when you use glasses and mugs and cups and things like that, you have to make sure you have all the same ones. And do you need 5 of them? No. You just need at least 2. So you can use as many as you want as long as you have at least 2. And I also need something to hit the jars with. Do you see anything on the table that I could hit the jars with? Wait a second, I have a spoon here. You think that might work? All right, let's try it. Let's see. We're not gonna hit the jars really hard. We're gonna hit them gently. Let's see. Do they all make the same sound or different sounds? I think they make the same sound. Do they have any water in them? So you know what we're gonna need, right? We're gonna need some water! And just for fun, so you can see the water better, I like to use food coloring. You can use any colors you like. Today I'm going to use some bright, bold colors. Okay, so let me take out my food coloring. I'm going to make a pattern with the food coloring. A pattern is something that repeats over and over. So let's see, what color do I want to start with? Let's start with green. So I'll put the green one here. And then I want to do pink. So I'll put the pink one here. And then I want to do purple. I'll put the purple one here. Then I want to do some orange. But I have 5 jars, but I only have 4 colors. So what happens with the pattern? Let's say the pattern together. We have green, pink, purple, orange. Ready? Let's say it together. Green, pink, purple, orange. If we start the pattern over, what color is going to come next? We take the first color and we bring it to the end. So this jar is going to be green too. All right. But first, I drew some lines on my jars. I call these the water levels. Do you see the line on the jar? I know it's kind of hard to see. All the jars have lines on them because I want to fill them up to a certain spot. So this one's line is here. This one's line is here. This one has a line all the way at the bottom. And this one has a line right here. So I'm going to put my jars in order of the lines. I'll put the lowest line here. Then I'll put the next one, which is this one. And then I have this one. And this one. And finally, this one has a line all the way at the top. Okay, so let's put our food coloring in. First we have green. We're going to put 1 teeny tiny drop. We don't need a lot for this. We put the food coloring in before the water because it mixes better. And if you remember, our pattern is green, pink, purple, orange. Now our next color is pink. We put 1 drop of pink in. Teeny tiny. We don't need a lot. What's our next color in our pattern? Green, pink, purple. That's right. Yes. So we'll put 1 drop of purple in. And the next color in our pattern is orange. Yes. So we'll put some orange right here. And I forgot what our last color is going to be. If our pattern starts over, we have green, pink, purple, orange. What color comes next? If you said green, you're right. Yes, we start the pattern over. So I'm going to put 1 drop of green right in here. Perfect. Now we can put our food coloring away so we can see the jars better. Okay. So I'm going to put some water in my first jar. I'm going to fill it up to this teeny tiny line over here. Ooh, the water's changing colors. Okay, now we're up to our line. Let's see if the sound changes when we hit the jar. Do you think that the sound is going to change? We'll find out. I think that's a pretty good prediction. I don't think it changed. It's pretty much the same, right? Let's see what happens if we put water in this jar up to this level. Ooh, what color is this one turning? It's pink, yes. And we stop right at the line. Let's see if the sound is different. Do you think that the sound in these 2 jars is going to be the same or different? I think that it's going to be different because there's different amounts of water in each jar. But we'll see if you're right. What happened to the sound? It got lower in this jar. We call that the pitch. Can you say pitch? Yes, the pitch is how high or low a musical sound is. So which pitch is lower? This jar or this jar? Let's see. Let's use our hand to figure it out. I think the pitch in this jar is lower. What do you think? I think so too. But let's see what's going to happen with this one. I don't know. Do you think that the pitch in this jar is going to be lower or higher than the pitch in this jar? I'll give you a hint. Just because there's more water in it doesn't mean that the pitch is going to be higher. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, this one's turning purple. Okay. Now, do you think that the pitch is going to be lower than these 2 jars or higher than these 2 jars? Tell me. If you said lower, I think I agree with you. Let's see what happens. It is lower. See? Very cool. All right, let's put some water in this one. Let's see what happens to this one. Okay. We're up to our line on this jar. Let's see, do you think that the pitch is going to be lower or higher? Hopefully you can figure it out by now that there's a pattern. The more water that's in the jar, the lower the pitch is. That's our pattern. So let's see if that's the case. It is the case. So what's going to happen with our last one? I don't know. I think I might take a little bit of water out of this one and put it in here. Okay. So now we have, got to fill up our last jar. What do you think's going to happen? I don't know. Almost there. almost done. Oh, almost full. Hold on. I'll get my other pitcher of water. And now we've reached the line. Let's see what happens to the water. Do you think that the pitch is going to be lower or higher than the other 4 jars? If you think it's going to be lower, I think I agree with you. Let's find out. Oh my gosh, it worked! Wow! Now, the reason I put the water levels on those certain spots where those lines are is because I can play a special song with the jars. So, you ready to hear it? Okay, ready? Do you know that song? I think it's Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Wow, we played a song with our jars. It's kind of like having a xylophone, right? And if I take a little bit of water out of this jar, we can play another song that you might know. Let's put it in here. All right, you ready to hear this one? I think you might know this one. What song is that? Let's put the jars in this order so it's easier to play them. I think I know that song. It goes something like, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark. I'm sure you know that song. So that's our project. We noticed that the water level affects the sound in the jar. So what happens to the sound or the pitch when we have less water in the jar? Is it higher or is it lower? It's higher. And what happens when the water level is higher? The pitch is, that's right, it's lower. So now if you have glasses in your house, you can do this with some glasses. Or you can try it with different kinds of cups. You could try it with paper cups, or plastic cups, or even metal cups. And you can also change the instrument that you hit the jars or the cups with. I'm using a metal spoon, but you can try a plastic spoon, or you can try hitting it with a little toy and see if that changes the sound. It's all an experiment. It's all up to you. So thank you for doing some music with me today. It's a little bit of science, a little bit of music. So I hope you had fun, and I hope that you're able to do this at home. And I hope to see you all very soon. And for those of you that didn't know me before today, it was very nice to meet you, and I hope to meet you at school soon in a couple weeks. Bye, everybody.